I regret hearing that, I responded carefully. Blake has been inquiring if anyone possesses your personal contact details, Dr. Patel added. The consultant team appears to be overwhelmed. My thoughts drifted to the specialized backup server concealed behind a maintenance panel within the server room, the paper documentation stored in the fireproof safe in my former office, and the authentication chains scheduled to expire in precisely 12 days without manual intervention. I extend my best wishes to them, I said. After concluding the call, I walked over to my desk and retrieved a business card I had retained for years. Jennifer Walsh, Director of Technology at Riverside Medical Center. She had attempted to recruit me on 3 separate occasions over the years. I didn't seek revenge. I simply desired employment where my experience would be appreciated. I picked up the phone and initiated the call. Monday morning brought an explosion of emails in my inbox. 17 messages originated from Blake, featuring increasingly desperate subject lines. Quick question regarding patient database. Urgent cardiology system failure. Critical, require emergency assistance. I reviewed each one but replied to none. My severance agreement imposed no obligation to resolve their predicament. The final email abandoned all pretense. Ethan, specify your consulting rate. Whatever figure you desire, we require your immediate return. I was midway through composing a very formal refusal when my doorbell rang. Blake Winter stood on my doorstep. His tie was crooked, his eyes bloodshot. Ethan, he uttered, forcing a smile. Thank you for agreeing to see me. I permitted him entry, offered coffee, and waited patiently. We have encountered some unforeseen complications with the system transition, he commenced, gripping his mug tightly. Devon's team is operating continuously, but certain facets of your architecture are proving difficult to manage. I nodded. I documented everything meticulously. Yes, the documentation exists. He leaned closer. But some of these customizations, these interconnections between systems, they are rather distinct. Translation: they couldn't decipher 15 years of specialized development in 5 days. Yesterday, the oncology department lost access to treatment protocols for a duration of 6 hours, Blake persisted. The day prior, billing and insurance verification systems failed completely. We are confronting substantial compliance issues, potential concerns regarding patient safety. I took a sip of my coffee. It sounds as though the modernization effort is progressing smoothly. His expression hardened. Ethan, I am prepared to extend an offer for a 6-month contract as an implementation consultant, at double your previous salary. We need your assistance with the transition. The proposition felt almost offensive. After terminating my employment, he expected me to return and properly train my replacements. I regret to inform you that I have already accepted another position, I stated. Blake's coffee mug halted midway to his lips. Another position where? Riverside Medical Center. Riverside, but they represent our direct competition. Indeed. Blake lowered his mug. Ethan, please be rational. You constructed these systems. You possess unparalleled knowledge of them. We are discussing patient care. That remark stung, precisely because it was intended to. For 15 years, I had prioritized patient care above all else. My family, my health, my personal life. I concur, I responded cautiously. Patient care is of utmost importance. That is precisely why I advised against expediting a system migration without adequate transition planning. I believe that specific email is contained within my documentation. Blake's face flushed red. The board demanded immediate measures. Modernization is crucial for our long term. I commence my role at Riverside next Monday, I interjected. I extend my best wishes to you and your team. He rose to his feet, desperation yielding to anger. Your severance agreement contains a non-compete stipulation. You are prohibited from working for a competitor for 6 months. I permitted myself a smile for the first time. Actually, it does not. I had legal counsel review it prior to signing. There is a non-disclosure agreement but no non-compete clause. I possess the freedom to work wherever I choose. Blake's expression grew grim. This is motivated by revenge, isn't it? Intending to make us suffer because I terminated your employment. I proceeded to the door and opened it. This is about securing a position where 15 years of expertise are valued, rather than dismissed as antiquated and unproductive. Good luck with your modernization efforts, Director Winters. But following his departure, I sat down and finished my coffee. I experienced no sense of triumph or vindictiveness, merely fatigue and a degree of sadness. My phone vibrated with a text message from Dr. Patel. Administration in complete disarray. 3 departments non-operational. Emergency board meeting convened. I did not reply, but I retained the message, not as a symbol of victory, as a reminder of the consequences when experience is regarded as obsolete. By Thursday, the local news outlets had picked up the story. System failures disrupt St. James Medical Center. Patient care impacted. From my living room, I observed a reporter standing outside the hospital where I had dedicated 15 years. Sources within St. James have confirmed that multiple departments encountered technological failures subsequent to a recent IT leadership change, the reporter stated. The hospital has been compelled to enact emergency paper-based protocols while experts endeavor to restore critical systems. My phone rang. It was Jennifer Walsh from Riverside. Seeing the reports concerning St. James, she said, "Are you managing all right?" "I'm fine," I answered, anticipating starting on Monday. "Regarding that," Jennifer interjected, "I just received a highly intriguing call from an individual on St. James's board, a doctor, Eleanor Hughes." I recalled Dr. Hughes, head of surgery, one of the few board members who genuinely comprehended my team's function. "What was her objective?" "To confirm your acceptance of our offer," Jennifer replied, "and to relay some noteworthy information about the circumstances at St. James." I sat up more attentively. "What kind of information?" "Apparently, Director Winters didn't merely decide to replace you impulsively. He has been collaborating with Helix Solutions Group for several months. The name registered like a physical blow. Helix Solutions was a healthcare technology firm notorious for assuming control of hospital IT operations and subsequently increasing prices once systems became reliant on their proprietary platforms. Blake introduced their consultants as an element of a larger arrangement, Jennifer elaborated. Helix presented substantial upfront savings to the board. If St. James transitioned to their platform, Blake stood to receive a performance bonus tied to cost reduction. The disparate elements coalesced. My termination wasn't related to modernization. It was about paving the way for a corporate acquisition of our systems. The board lacked a full understanding of the technical ramifications, Jennifer added. They relied on Blake's evaluation, asserting that the transition would be seamless. I contemplated the specialized systems I had painstakingly constructed, systems that prioritized patient care above corporate efficiency, systems designed to serve physicians and nurses, not administrative or billing departments. "How severe is the situation truly?" I inquired. Jennifer paused momentarily. Dr. Hughes indicated they've had to redirect emergency patients to alternative hospitals. Critical care units are operating under manual protocols. The state compliance agency is conducting an investigation. I closed my eyes. This outcome was not my intention. I never desired for patients to endure hardship. "There is additional information," Jennifer stated. Dr. Hughes mentioned that prior to presenting the Helix proposal, Blake obtained sign-offs from all department heads on a technology assessment. This assessment purportedly claimed your systems were obsolete, non-compliant, and posed a high risk of failure. "That is inaccurate," I declared, anger finally surfacing. "We successfully passed every compliance audit. We achieved 99.98% uptime during the previous year." Dr. Hughes is aware of that now. The board is beginning to realize they were deliberately misled. After ending the call, I opened my laptop and discovered an email from Dr. Hughes herself, sent an hour earlier. "Ethan, I extend my sincerest apologies. The board sanctioned Blake's IT restructuring based upon incomplete and deceptive information. We have subsequently ascertained that the supposedly outdated systems you maintained were, in fact, surpassing all industry standards for reliability and security. Blake and Helix provided us with distorted comparisons and manipulated performance data to rationalize the change. The situation has escalated sufficiently that we have scheduled an emergency board meeting for tomorrow morning. I would like to extend an invitation for you to attend and offer your perspective. There is no obligation, but many among us would greatly value hearing directly from you. Irrespective of your decision, I want you to be aware that many of us now recognize the injustice inflicted upon you and upon our hospital. Sincerely, Eleanor Hughes, MD.